And let's just go to Twitch. I'm going to make sure that we're live on Twitch. Make sure that I'm muted. And I do see us live, so that's a good thing. Perfect. And let's go there. Activity feed. I'm going to close this. I don't need to worry about collaborations. Not yet, at least. Microphone is unmuted but has no signal. I'm just going to go ahead. Temporarily mute this. Okay, and I hear Twitch audio. We are good. Hey. So let's bring up my Discord and pull my this stuff. Notepad++. Okay. Sounds a little gainy. Like, am I way too hot?
You sound echoey.
I sound echoey. Okay, so that's gonna be an audio setting on my Zoom then. So let's go here. And let's just go ahead and bring this. Is that better?
Yes.
Okay. So I just had to adjust my noise removal. That's not a problem. And let's go. I do hear constant static.
I don't hear any static, so it has to be yours.
Yeah, it's gonna be on this side, so I need to go here. And let's adjust this filter. He's listening from Twitch. Is that better, Rory? It's only been muted. Okay, so now let's go right here. Okay, how's that? I'm adjusting some of the filters, so the compression and the noise gate, so that way if there's any background audio.
So. She wanted to say hi so bad.
Bella, I'm guessing?
Yeah.
Your volume before was good. Oh, so that just means I gotta adjust this then. Okay, that's not hard. Just talking. Okay, come on. Is that? Well, I'm gonna go ahead and bring us to video live then. And should have some edit filters. Let's bring this. Yeah, I'll have to figure out. So, let's go ahead and. Well, welcome everyone to session 1 of Dragons of Icespire Peak. I will be your DM for this. My name's Tom. I am the counterpart for Rory, who is DMing a completely homebrew world called Age of Ash and Scale, which will be streaming every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Central. And I'm sure Rory will correct me if I'm wrong, which, tends to happen. I've got a brand new cast and crew. My focus is on people that are new to the game or relatively inexperienced that want to help get deeper into it. So as such, during these sessions, we're going to have people that have the opportunity to ask questions, be able to make mistakes, or laugh at their DM as I, don't always know everything. So saying that, I'm going to go around the table. Starting with Fabian, over to Valcor, Dave, and Lashira. And a couple things that we can talk about is, introduce yourself as a player, introduce yourself as a character. If there's any physical attributes that stands out about your character, your race, your class, anything of your background that you want to share, the floor is yours.
All right, I guess I'll start then. I'm Bogart. I'm going to be playing Fabian Mistgazer. He is a elf. Supposed to be a ranger, but I'm going to see what we have in the party, so I'm flexible if we want to change. I can probably play a similar class. And I've DM'd 5e for about 5 years, but I haven't really got a chance to play much. I've played a little bit here and there, so I'm kind of excited to get to be on the other side of the screen.
Valcor, or is there anything about your character that you need to let us know about, Fabian?
He comes from a soldier background. Let's see where his background is. And I'm still kind of gonna see where this goes today and maybe work on some things. I know he is trying to reconnect. He is a half wild elf, half moon elf. But because of being a long time in the army, being a soldier, he's trying to reconnect with nature to kind of get away from all of that and get in touch with his wood elf heritage. And that's about it.
That's amazing. Valcor, over to you.
Hi, I'm Shelby. I'll be playing Valcor. This is the only second time that I've played D&D. The first time was playing with I don't know where he's at in the thing with Tom being the DM. Valcor is a oathless soldier. She was bred and raised to be a soldier. She's very calm, but does have the giant rage. She is a frost giant. She became oathless after getting a command from her higher chain to slaughter a village, and she refused and let them go. So she was kind of exiled from her people. She's very calming presence, doesn't waste much words. She, though she does have a rage to her, anybody smaller than her, she wants to just protect like it is her child, and pretty much everyone is smaller than her. She's like 8'5", 400 pounds, so everyone to her is like a little child that she has to like hold on to and protect.
Okay. That is fantastic. Okay, over to Dave.
Hello. My name's Emily, and I have pretty much done mostly one shots, except for that little mini series we just did. And I am kind of taking a step out on this one. I've never done what I'm doing. I'm actually trying to put an emphasis a little bit more on kind of like the role play side of things. So I've put a lot of work into like my character build and his personality and things like that. So it'll be a little new for me, little stepping on my comfort zone, but it's exciting. Yeah, so this will be my first long-term campaign, or longer-term campaign, I guess. So it's pretty cool. I'm pretty new to D&D. So with that, I would like to introduce Dave, and so we're gonna get into character here. So, greetings. I come from a very prestigious, very dark penthouse located deep beneath the earth. It features exceptionally low taxes, magnificent stonework, and absolutely zero lizards. I have spent my life mastering the refined trade of surface walking to become a normal citizen. You see, I realize the world is full of jobs, taxes, and people who regrettably do not live in holes. Thus, I decided to don this coat and join the surface economy. I do not travel alone. I travel with my two private advisors, Steve and Gary. They do not possess physical bodies, they reside in my internal boardroom. And together, we are Dave. As far as my appearance, you can clearly see with your functional human eyes that I am a standard bipedal human male. I am remarkably vertical, though I admit most of it's fabric. I wear this heavy floor-length canvas trench coat buttoned to my chin regardless of the weather. It is a matter of dignity. It is impressively oversized, yes, featuring very long sleeves that extend past the traditional reach. To maintain a dignified profile, I prefer a hat pulled low in this and this thick, slightly lopsided mustache. And if my knees don't seem to be in the standard location, pay no mind. This is simply because I possess an exceptionally long, dignified torso and tactical shins. Professionally, I am a man of vigor. I have commissioned Steve to handle my social confidence, while Gary manages my ethical liabilities. It is a very sophisticated lifestyle choice, standard for any human of status. While my advisors are dedicated, their departments currently operate with a talent shortage. Consequently, their efforts often lack certain magical results. Should I move with sudden, forceful intensity, do not be alarmed. I am simply initiating a field test to see how the world reacts when applying trial and error to a stubborn situation. I am here to prove that I am a perfectly normal, dignified gentleman of the surface, and I have the notarized paperwork to settle any disputes in case you guys had any. I pull out a crumpled piece of paper and I start passing it around the group, reading while, saying it out loud. You get pass it out. Official Certification of Humanity, to whom it may concern. This document formally confirms that the individual known as Dave, me, is a verified human gentleman. My verified attributes are possesses 10 standard fingers, shows a healthy, aggressive desire to pay taxes and debts. Anatomy is confirmed as dignified and vertical, of course. Be advised, subject is definitely not a kobold. Any evidence to the contrary is a gentleman's medical condition and should be ignored for your own safety. If you see it is signed by the boss, Director of Human Operations. This has been a very productive session of introductory. I thank you for your time and for maintaining such a professional courtesy during my briefing, and I look forward to our future collaborations. It is truly human to meet you.
Nice.
You are mute. You're not coming through.
Is that better? As I say, for anyone that's played D&D for any amount of time, I'm sure you'll figure out as the sessions go on what Emily's playing or what she's trying to accomplish. And finally, let's head over to Lashira. The floor is yours.
Hi, I'm playing Lashura. I'm completely brand new to this game. The most D&D I've had is little clips that I've watched.
Nice.
So, game on. I'm playing this because my family's playing it, and I would like to do some stuff with them because I'm states away. So, see how this goes because I love storytelling. My character Lashira is a Tabaxi Ranger Outlander Wanderer. She protects the forest and her tribe, but she doesn't really see them very often. She likes to just kind of wander around by herself, and she uses a whip to get around, like swinging through trees, so you don't even know she's there. She doesn't go on the ground very often unless she sees someone that needs help or to kick some idiot, rich people out of her woods. So, she's incredibly biased to anyone that seems rich or on that noble side as thinking that they're just going to be jerks and not worth her effort. So, but very happy to help and very, very protective of her friends and her forest.
That is fantastic. Okay, do you guys, final call before we go into the background of the campaign? Was there anything else that we needed to know about your characters? Okay, speak now or forever hold your peace. All right. So some background with this campaign of Dragon of Icefire Peach. Driven from the lands further north by powerful dragons, a young white dragon named Caravan has descended upon the Sword Mountains, claiming the snow-capped range as its domain. Typical of its kind, Caravan is dim-witted and cruel, but the dragon patrols the skies around the Icespire Peaks, surveying its territory while hunting for food and easy treasure. With each passing day, it is noted that the dragon's domain appears to grow as it ranges further across the land, preying on anything it can catch with its claws, or it will freeze anything to death with its ice breath. Sightings of this dragon are becoming more and more common, as are its attacks. So, let's go ahead and it's over into. We will be starting the campaign in a small village nestled in the rocky footholds of the snow-capped Sword Mountains. Specifically, this is a mining town by the name of Phandalin. Consists of 40 or 50 simple log buildings, crumbling stone ruins surrounding the newer houses and shops, showing how this must have been a much larger town in centuries past. You'll notice that Phandalin's residents are quiet. They're hard-working folks who come from distant cities to eke out life amid the harsh wilderness. They're farmers, stonecutters, blacksmiths, traders, prospectors, and children. The town has no walls and no garrison, but most of the adults keep weapons within easy reach in case the need for arms should arise. Visitors are welcome here, particularly if they have coin to spend or news to share. The Stonehill Inn at the center of town offers modest lodging and meals. A couple of doors down from the inn, posted outside the townmaster's hall, is the job board should adventurers wish to use it. For anyone that's watching on Twitch, I do have a rough map of what Phandalin looks like. For players on our back-end stream, will be the virtual tabletop, which I'll be bringing live soon. So as we start the session, what would you guys wish to do?
Are we This is like a session 0, right?
Yep, so this is session 0, so this
Okay.
is a chance where you guys can introduce your characters to each other. You guys can go around town and do some quick exploring. If there's any final tweaks that you want to make as you guys are in the center of town right now, haven't started the adventure yet, that's how I'm going to treat this.
Okay. So we're already all in town, or?
Yep. I've got you guys all in town, close to the city center. There's kind of a shrine that you guys can come up on. Specifically, I've got you guys in front of what's called the Shrine of Luck. Right next to the Shrine of Luck is the Stonehill Inn. What I'll do is, in our Discord, I will send you guys the image for Phandalin, so that way you guys can kind of take a peek of what it's all about. Let's go ahead and send this. The nice thing is as you guys have kind of gone around town, you've noticed the job board. It seems like there's always something pinned to it. You know, if people, looking for whatever it may be, there's usually says, hey, I'll pay you this much to do this.
Do they also do the bartering system where items instead of money too? So, or doing like jobs for them instead of paying straight up?
Most of what you'll see is they typically like to just pay people in coins, so that way they don't have to owe, but if bartering is needed, they may. Typically, bartering would be like, hey, I need extra help plowing my fields. They may barter, hey, you can borrow one of my horses for a few days, or whatever it may be. But usually the larger jobs, they're gonna pay some coin.
What all do we have? What all character classes do we have in the party?
Let's go around with. Let's start with Valcor. What character class are you playing?
Barbarian.
Okay. Dave?
I am also a barbarian.
But
Okay.
physically, Valcor, how tall are you?
I'm 8'5".
Dave, if people are looking at you, without you arguing with them, how tall are you?
I'm specific. Okay, so you want like my actual height?
Yes, I need your actual
I
height.
am 2'9".
Oh.
Okay.
I have a stool.
You were a shrunk barbarian.
Lashira, what are you playing as far as a class?
The class is Ranger, right? Yeah, because
Yes.
species is the other one. Yeah, I'm a Ranger Outlander.
Okay.
Okay. And I had rolled up a ranger, but I don't know. We can talk about it. I'm open to change that if we need to get a little
I
more
don't
variety.
know what I'm doing, so you can stay Ranger because we'll have a actual good Ranger, and then we'll have me.
You'll be fine.
Yeah. The other thing is I'm going to bring up is I may have someone joining us in a session or two. I was actually just fixing his computer. He had a cracked screen, so I'll be giving it back to him on Tuesday during bowling. So we may have a 5th player coming in, and I'll let him know what we have for classes as well. So.
Okay. Will we have stuff on us?
Yeah, oh yeah, unlike last campaign where you started in a jail cell, you should have inventory. You should have, whatever your starting inventory would be, your starting gold, whatever that would be.
I didn't do that because I didn't know what we was starting as, because I put everything in there and you were like, hey, you don't have nothing.
Yeah, that was a fun campaign. Nothing like starting off in a jail cell completely broke with no armor.
and you can't see nothing but where you're at.
Yeah, this is quite a comparison. So, but yeah, so if you don't have your starting items in your bag and you built up the character and it's still asking for those starting items, go ahead and take 2-3 minutes, get that added in.
The assumption was that we all knew each other, right?
Yeah, you guys may have been traveling for a little bit.
Like, we all already know each other for a while.
Yeah, at least for a week or two.
Okay, have we been doing any jobs together or anything?
I think it's more just adventuring. Just you come down from Neverwinter, which is a major trade port. You guys just happen to run into each other, and everyone's coming from different backgrounds. Kind of just hit it off. So if you guys don't want to do that, that's up to you guys as well. I was just thinking that for ease of coming into the campaign.
Yeah.
Yep. Again, this is going to be a pretty fluid start just because, we have different levels coming in. But that was my goal, is for you guys at least, as you came down from Neverwinter down the high road into Phandalin, you guys have probably been traveling for a week or two together on a caravan, just coming from, I know Emily has a hermit background. This is the first time she's been out with others. Maybe she's stowed away.
I do have a question for Dave. With Dave being a barbarian and me being a barbarian, let's tag team that. Would Dave be okay with kind of just... I'm thinking he's 2'9", you said, right?
Yeah.
A parrot on the shoulder type of thing. Would he be okay with that? And then we could just be out there together being menaces to society because we're human.
So actually, I don't think that would be a very human thing to do. I am of the perfect human stature in size, and therefore I don't need any extra help. So that's kind of weird. Don't think humans normally do that. So
fair.
Great idea, but I don't think Dave would agree.
So I'm just going to throw this out there. If anyone can figure out what Emily's goal is by the end of this session or next session, I will give a D4 of inspiration.
Okay.
I know the whole thing is that you're not supposed to feed a kobold because they'll never leave, but I don't know anything else other than that.
Like a cat.
Like a cat. You never feed a mogwai either. Especially not after midnight. Alright.
I don't know if it shows in my thing on height, but I'm only 3'11". I'm a small tabaxi.
Ooh.
I don't know where to put that in here.
Let's
But
go.
I can fit in small areas, just like Dave.
Okay, so
I fit in average human sized areas.
I'm the size of one of my kids.
okay, height small. So you said you're 3'9"?
Yeah, let's do that. That works.
Okay. Well, luckily, as the DM, I can make changes in your character sheet as needed.
Because I printed it out and I have it on my computer and I can't find it anywhere.
Yeah, it's under the background under characteristics. So I just updated it for you.
Okay.
So that's not a problem.
And I can move really far and I'm really tiny. It's great.
Welcome to your new fursona.
Okay.
I'm just gonna go and bring this guy up.
What happened?
And just so you guys know, as you guys are walking around town and getting familiar with the areas, do see 3 jobs up on the job board as you walk by. Again, I will put these into our Discord for you. I can find where I put them.
Does there happen to be an apothecary in this town or a type of medical area?
There is a general store that you guys can use.
But they don't have a straight up apothecary shop dedicated to helping wounds of any kind or sicknesses?
No, with this being a small miners town, usually you'd find an apothecary in a typical in a much bigger town. Like Neverwinter, which is, like I said, the major trade city. It's this town having a miners village. You're looking at a population of maybe 200 people, maybe 300.
What was the name of the town again?
Phandalin.
Oh. And of the rumors that you said at the beginning, would we know that pretty much all that information?
Yep, you guys would have. The townsfolk would have been talking about it. Also with the white dragon that you see, you guys will randomly see it like as you're traveling down from Neverwinter and coming across from the high road to the Tribor Trail. You would have randomly seen this white dragon circling and hunting.
Wow.
In our team Discord server, as you guys are walking around town in front of the on the job board, you see the 3 current posted jobs, and as well, you guys are right next to the inn. In fact, with it being midday, you're beginning to smell, the stews and the meats that are being cooked up by the innkeeper. And with it being close to midday, you also see a couple people coming to the shrine where you're at as well.
With jobs, you don't typically split up. We typically all take the same job and kind of go together, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's go. Second, I had to lay a hammer down at someone on stream.
Dun dun dun.
That didn't take long.
Oh, it happens. Let's go with this route.
We go in the timeout area.
Oh no, he's flat out saying that they're, best viewers on whatnot. So I am laying down the banhammer. Problem solved. Okay, so back onto the focus. So going around the table, Fabian, do you have any idea on what you want to do with the current time of day with the information given?
So are we like all staying in an inn, or we just?
Right now I've just
just got to town in the morning, or kind of like what's our situation?
It's about the 11 to 12 o'clock hour. I just dropped the minis outside, but if you guys want to be in the inn, getting some grub, we can totally do that. If you want to go around exploring, looking for things, if you want to cause some mischief, as the shirt says, I today am a conduit for nonsense.
That's every day.
Yep. As long as my better half does not do what she does last time I started running this campaign.
What did I do? Which thing?
Never mind. I'm going to leave it as that. Good.
I want to know.
Okay.
I
So,
just throw him for a loop all the time.
yes, but that is the goal. How do you win at D&D? You make the DM facepalm. or say, let's take a 5-minute break.
Or ruin his entire monologue.
Or ruin my entire...
That was a group thing.
That was a group thing, and that was very well played out. So where would you guys like to start off? Just for temporary placeholder, I did have you outside, but we can start off, wherever you guys would like.
I'm okay with we just rolled up to town, if that's easier.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. I say pretty much you guys have, like I said, it's about noon. You guys are right in front of the shrine. And it was pretty easy to find because, it's right next to the biggest building in town. For anyone that likes to eat, you could pretty much smell your way to the building. I mean, you almost have the smell of stews. You can almost smell like some sort of, you can't tell if it's a boar or a bear or a pig or whatever, but it's a good smell. Especially if you've been traveling for a week and a half and eating rations, it's welcoming. Let's go ahead and bring this up a little bit.
I'd almost want to explore the town to familiarize, to know where everything is at, just in case we need something in short time frame.
Absolutely.
And then, in my opinion, maybe stay here for the night and then go in as first light to the first job we go to. But that's just kind of what I'm thinking, or just before first light.
Yep. The nice thing is with the job board, you can pretty much, once you take a job off the job board, no one else can take the job because it's not listed. You guys have already claimed it. So you could take it tonight and leave tomorrow. That's not a problem. So for ease of use, where you guys entered town, right about here, this goes up to the Tribor Trail. The first building that you passed is Barthen's Provisions. As you walk into the building, you can see that this is the general store. It's stocked with pretty much any ordinary good or supply that you need. So backpacks, bedrolls, ropes, and rations. One thing that you will notice is that as you look around the store, you don't see any weapons or armor. And the highest item price that you see here is most adventuring gear costs no more than 25 gold pieces. So that's the very first building that you come across. The other ones as you come down are just the townsfolk houses. There are a couple of stables that you see. You got the shrine in the center of town. The town master's hall, which would be the inn. As you look down, you can see, and you're walking around, you can see the different tables. You see the innkeeper's bar, plus several barrels of various ales. Upstairs he usually keeps 4 or 5 bedrooms for rent. And actually, I think it's 6, but that this would be where anyone that's passing through would be able to rent a few days.
Do we have a price on how much the rooms are to rent and how much the meals will cost there?
Absolutely, you do. So, as you come up to ask the questions, you'll notice a friendly male human named Phandalin. He goes through and introduces himself that he's been in this town since birth. But if you're looking for a place to stay, he does rent a room out for 5 silver a night, while each meal, which he says will include a drink, is about 1 silver.
Correct me if I'm wrong, it's 10 silver to 1 gold, or is it a different
That is correct. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So pretty much you can get a meal and a room to stay for 6 silver. The next notable building that you'll see, coming right down here, is going to be. Okay, so sorry. This is the Stonehill Inn, and down here is the Townmaster's Hall. And I'm just pulling up my notes about that for you.
Do they offer the same prices to compete with each other?
So the Townmaster's Hall right in front of it, this is where the job board is that you guys see continually. So usually right about here, right next to the door, is where you'll find jobs that come and go. So you may come by one day, it may have three jobs, the next day only may have one. It all depends on what's out there. But one thing that you see is at the bottom is as you complete jobs and you go to get your reward or get your payment, it does notify you to go over to Harbin Wester's home. As you're reading that, you can actually see someone walking up with looks to be a few dead rats that are about the size of a cat. They walk up right about over here. Gentleman walks out, gives a look of disgust, but also hands over coins, so you assume that this is going to be Harbin's home. Kind of kitty corner to the Townmaster's home is the Lion Shield Coster. As you walk into this property, you'll notice that the owner is very sharp-tongued, human, probably about 35, and she keeps a supply of armor. She keeps a supply of weapons, and they're all different priced. One thing that you heard though, or you may hear, is if she doesn't like you, she may not sell to you because she thinks that you may be a threat to the town. Finally, the last major shop that you notice right here is the Phandalin Miners Exchange. And here you can see miners coming and going, weighing the valuable finds so that way they can be paid out. Being that this is a miner's town, if they're mining gold, they're mining diamonds, silver, this is where they can take their day's work and get paid for it. So, let's see here. Did I miss anything? Got Barthen's provisions already. That. But otherwise around, all of the smaller buildings are just going to be individual homes or sheds. But throughout you'll see all the various animals. You see some people that just raise crops such as lettuce or tomatoes. You know, they try to be pretty self-sustaining. So, back down to that view. So with that little exploration of town, where
Should we
would you...
kick the chicken like Skyrim?
I was wondering who's going to say something like that first.
Khajiit?
Alright, so the floor is yours as a group. You guys, I will stop flabbing my gums and hand it over to you guys.
I mean,
Kind of like Lashira's plan, or if we haven't already done so, do a quick, get our bearings real quick, and then maybe go get something to eat.
Okay.
that'll work.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
And then we got all that information about the mine and the mayor and where to get paid. And then maybe we go to this job board and see what y'all think of our opportunities.
So let's start at the inn.
Okay.
Are there
Oh.
going to be other townsfolk there so we can kind of listen to any gossip that's happening? Get kind of how people really feel in the area?
I will try to roleplay that out best I can. Let's bring this down a little bit more so that way I can go down to the inn. And I bring that 4 down.
Dang,
It
you
is-
jumped on that roof fast.
It's gonna be one. It's gonna be one of those days. But it happens, right? It's the joys. And just with all of you guys being together, I'm gonna assume I'm just gonna bring one person into a room at a time, just so that way it's easier to move around all the virtual minis.
Okay.
Yep. And I'm literally gonna be grabbing minis at random, so forgive any insanity.
No problem.
Okay, so let's go ahead and bring up Mr. with the Stonehill Inn. I want to bring up this human male, Mr. Toblin. And I just want a commoner, right?
Do y'all
But
care
you-
about the story of how our characters met, or you just want to be like, we'll worry about that later?
You know, that's, as you guys are sitting around, go ahead and I'm all about storyline. That D&D, as a group, you guys are telling a story together. Even though this is a pre-made module, everything that happens as far as conversations, the way things go, is all your guys' unique story. So, with that, the base of how you guys met is up in Neverwinter. You guys heard that a caravan was heading south to a small mining town. And even though you guys weren't all in the same tavern, you guys decided to join this caravan group. With that, Dave was arguing the entire time with people, trying to say, wanting a bigger seat than he really needed, because he's an average-sized human. While Valcor, with that big barbarian bruteness, was more than likely trying to help protect and make a little bit of extra coin, or just show off brute strength. Correct me if I'm wrong, with that personality that you would have had.
No, pretty much, yeah.
Okay. So through that, probably about a week and a half long caravan ride, is how you guys would have met and started talking. That's where we start this up. During the caravan, you saw them fight off bandits. You saw some pretty torrential rains, and also, seeing them over to, take out any nuisance such as regional bears or, other large predators. So that is the backdrop of how you guys met and how you guys came to be as a group, just seeing that interaction. Now, as far as how you guys want to interact now. I don't know whether you guys hated each other on the caravan or you just were just there for the ride.
I watch people.
Yeah, so we don't know each other very well then.
Yeah, and you just happen to be same place, same time, same bad channel.
Okay. No, that's fine.
Yeah.
And this is, I guess, DM, like, what brought us? Why did we all get off here?
This is actually where the caravan was ending up at. With Phandalin being a small mining town, part of how they get some of their supplies, such as any weapons, any farming gear, any of that, is from trade routes. So caravans tend to come and go. With them being minor, they may pull up. I want to say with the Icespire Peaks, they do a lot more silver. So, and also any of the byproducts that come with a silver mine. So caravans will usually come down, bring down any new mining gear that's needed, any new weapons or armor, stuff that a farming town may not always have access to. And then on the return trip, just so that way they're not wasting trips, they'll come back with any ores, any diamonds or anything like that, back up to Neverwinter for the trading guild to sell and all that. So it's pretty.
Why did I'm just trying to get some ideas for my character. So please bear with me and cut me off if you need to.
No, it's perfectly fine.
How come we didn't go back with the caravan? Like, why did we stay? The caravan's gone, right?
The caravan's right now loading back up with the ores, and you can see them. You could go back if you wanted. I know for Valcor, never wanting to have a challenge turned down. Seeing a potential dragon, and especially up in the mountains, and becoming more and more common, that's a target. That's a big target for someone that's 8 foot 9 inches. That's, what are you, Goliath? Or
I'm a frost giant, and it said that on the bigger ends for males, they're like 10 foot tall. So I figured the bigger end for females would be somewhere around there.
So, as a frost giant, she wants a challenge. Nothing gets more challenging than trying to figure out where a dragon is and taking it down.
Okay.
For Dave, why would you want to come down to a village like this? To get away from the big city where people look at you funny?
I heard about the job boards, and I got some taxes that I really love paying taxes, and in order to pay taxes, I have to work really hard. And so they really would like to go and connect with the person that's holding the jobs so we can make some money. I might need some people for that. I'm a manager after all, so I'm really good at being bossy and telling and helping teams run together.
A very human manager.
Yes, I'm a very human manager.
Yes.
So I would like to do that. I would like to go over to the jobs and look at them, maybe even on my own, and like come back and rally everybody.
Okay. Yep. So I can definitely role play that guy out. That won't be hard. But I think in essence, one of the big reasons why everyone's coming down here is with Neverwinter, with maybe like the villagers, they came to get away from the big city, maybe do something different, test the skills out, or just get away from a previous lifestyle.
Can I throw a loophole into this?
Stop it.
Absolutely not. No, go ahead.
Since my job is to protect my clan and the forest around me, the only reason I would have left is because they were attacked and it had caused mass damage to the forest, and my people had sent me out to go get revenge. And I heard that some of the group that was in charge of that attack had come down to this mining town to hide. So I'm also looking for the idiots that had attacked my tribe.
Perfect.
Nice.
Shall destroy
So-
them.
I appreciate you bringing that up. So that's, in part, that's why people would come down to Phandalin, is just usually smaller lifestyles.
Okay. I guess then for the time being, I'm just gonna enjoy my lunch then. While,
Okay.
Dave maybe left the table.
Yeah.
Maybe I turn to Valcor and say, like, where's he going?
There's really no telling. Probably to inform the rest that very human things. He said something about paying taxes. Might be looking at the jobs that they have nearby.
That's true. We are kind of running low on funds. Might be a good idea.
Yeah. I think I'll get us something to eat. Can I go over and talk to the shopkeeper? Is there like a choice meal, or is it just one, this is what you get?
So as you're asking that to the innkeeper, he looks at you and goes, "What type of inn would only say this is what you get? I have to make my living from making sure people are pleased. Otherwise, they do not come back." Today, we have a wild boar soup. It's actually more of a stew. My grandma used to make it. But either way, it's one of my favorites. I make it maybe once or twice a week. If you're more on the meat variety, we do have a roast that I've glazed with a local wild berry. It's actually part of the rump roast from the wild boar, because nothing goes to waste. This is a small town, nothing can go to waste. Otherwise, we do have locally grown vegetables if you just want a salad.
So I turn back towards the table and just shout, "Super butt, what you want?"
Excuse me, it is a rump roast. Yes, it may come from the butt, but have you ever had wild boar rump roast? It is fantastic, especially with a good glaze.
So still butt.
Fine, then you can call it a butt.
Butts all the way.
I think I'll go with the soup for today.
Okay. So we have butt for the little. Are you a cat? What are you? I don't see very many of you.
I'm a tabaxi.
I've heard of tabaxi. I've not seen very many. Okay, so you want a butt. Looks like you would like a soup. How about for yourself, my tall friend?
Butt.
Okay,
You have any milk?
I do. I'll be right over the table in a couple minutes with your order. Would you like any ale? We have a meat that just came down from Neverwinter, probably about a month ago. It's been sitting and fermenting. Should be good and strong, or just some water?
Ale.
I can do that as well. 2 ales?
Second
Oh,
that.
that's not a problem. And you kind of see him go around the table, and he goes, "I'll bring it out to you. That's my job to serve."
I like this inn.
Does Dave want food?
Is Dave still in the room?
Should we order just in case so that when they get back there's some food, or let it wait till they get back so it'll be warm when they get here? Because it's a matter of, if it's a salad, it wouldn't matter. But the soup or the butt, I'm pretty sure they'd want it hot.
No one eats salad.
I'll just be in the room for right now, and then I'll sneak out, and we'll just hang out here. That's all right. Otherwise, I can already choose a job and just come back with a job in my hand already. Unless.
It all
Oh
depends
yeah,
on
right as we're done ordering, you could just pop in the room and you're like, wait, mine too.
Yeah. With the job in hand.
Alright, so while she's placing the order, I'm assuming Dave's over at the job board.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go ahead and I will pull the job board up.
So we wouldn't see the jobs. This would be Dave going and picking it, correct?
Yep, Dave's going and picking it because he wants to cause a little bit of chaos.
Obviously.
Dave, I do have a picture of the job board in our Discord team chat, but I'm going to read it out for anyone that's viewing. As you walk up to the job boards in front of the Town Master's Hall, the job board titles are Dwarven Excavation, Gnomen Guard, or Umbridge Hill. With the Dwarven Excavation, this is dwarf prospectors found ancient dwarven ruins in the mountains southwest of here and have been working on an archaeological dig seeking treasure and relics. They need to be warned that a white dragon has moved into the area, take the warning to them, and then return to the Townmaster Harbin Wester to collect a reward of 50 gold pieces. Gnomen Guard. This is a clan of reclusive rock gnomes, resides in a small network of caves in the mountains to the southeast. The gnomes of Gnomen Garden are known for their magical inventions, and they might have something which could defeat the dragon. Get whatever you can from them. If you bring back something useful and don't want to keep it for yourselves, the town master will pay you 50 gold pieces for the item. And finally, with Umbridge Hill, the local midwife, an acolyte of Chantal named Abra Gwyn, lives by herself in a stone windmill on the side of a hill a few miles south of Phandalin. With dragon sightings becoming more common, it's not safe for her to be alone. Urge her to return to Phandalin. Once she's safe, visit Townmaster Harbin to claim a reward of 50 gold pieces.
It says 25 gold on the thing.
Yep, you're right. It is 25. I'm so used to 50. It's such a nice round number.
You were the one in charge of making it.
Doesn't mean I'm smart all the time. Conduit for nonsense.
Well.
So, Dave, the floor is yours.
Hello. I'm looking at these job boards, and I have one in mind. Wait, do I need to? I have to get permission from Harbin, right?
You don't even need to get permission. They're literally just tacked in place.
I don't.
You can literally just tear one off.
Rip
Awesome.
and run.
Got it.
Rip and run? Is that what you just said?
All right. So yeah, I'm looking through the different job boards, and I look at dwarven excavation. Ugh, what a dirty job! I can't get these hands dirty. I'm far too superior. Gnome grenade. I would be far. They take me very seriously as a very normal human, especially with my proprietary elevation platform. I'd like to take Gnomen Guard.
Okay.
So I grab Gnomen Guard and I go back to the is that Taffer?
Yep, yeah, okay. So you've got Nomengard. Okay, good to know.
Okay. I'm back at the inn.
Yep. And as you're coming back to the inn, Toblin is actually walking up with, that plate of the drinks, the milk, soup, the butt. He puts it down and he goes, the rump roast, because that is much more sophisticated. Yes, I know, I live in a small town, but I want a little sophistication. Here's your soup. Here's your milk. Here's your ales. He looks at you and... What would you like, my short friend?
Dave flips down his proprietary standing device and jumps out just to get a little bit more height and looks at him and goes, well, sir, what do you have for a man of my status?
As I've told you, I'm assuming your counterparts. I have a homemade wild boar stew. I have a wild boar rump roast with a wild elderberry glaze. I also have salad as today's lunch specials. For drinks, I've got milk, you choose. I've got mead and ale. And water if you want.
I would like to go with the soup, and I'd like to lubricate my very human joints with some ale. And then can you make sure to bring some very human napkins with as well? Thank you.
You just see him just chuckling and goes, okay. As he's walking away, he's like, that is an interesting one. I hope it doesn't bring problems.
And then I go over to the table and I sit down with I sit down and I set the job down and I go, all right, hello, greetings. I have a job and I presume I'm going to need some help with it. If you could all read this and let me know if you would like to help, there is a potential payout, and I do think we might have the upper hand. So then I just pass the sheet, the job listing around to everybody. I would like to leave in the right in the morning, right as the sun rises, so that we can get back as soon as possible, so I can make sure to file the correct paperwork and gather the proper payment as soon as possible.
Does it matter what order we kind of respond in?
It does not. The floor is yours. You can respond in whatever order that you would like.
Because all I'm just reading it, and all I instantly see is there's a network of caves, and caves is good for jerks to hide in. So I am all for going on this because maybe I might see the people who ransacked my tribe. So I'm totally down for going to Nomengard, and I'm just hoping that I might catch some sort of track on them.
Wonderful.
Yeah, that's fine with me. Maybe we can get some something useful there.
Yes. They do have
Valcor.
magical items. You never know what we could come across.
Valcor does not read. I will go.
As Dave is talking about magic items, Harbin comes back with the plate for Dave and goes, magic items, where are you going?
We're going to Nomengard.
He takes a little bit of a step back and goes, that's That's about 18 miles from here. You're gonna make sure you have plenty of good food. That's probably gonna be about a day's journey. Maybe a little bit faster, if you have, some sort of horse or something. Otherwise, if you're walking, you're gonna spend probably about 5 or 6 hours walking.
Do you know where we may get the best rations and any potential? You mentioned a horse. Yeah, is there anywhere we could find a carriage by chance?
So it begins. Well, rations are easy. They're over in Barthen's Provision, which you probably should have passed on your way in from wherever you came in from. As far as carriages, there's no place in town that sells them because horses are expensive and they're good, but you may be able to rent or borrow one. If you want, I'll do some digging, see what I can find.
Borrowed would be preferred. If you know somebody that would borrow a horse.
We'd probably need to have 2 horses because we could probably double ride with me and Fabian and Valkor and Dave on the other, just because of the sizes. We probably need 2.
Wait, isn't Velcro like bigger than a horse? Like lots bigger?
I was
Like,
about to
wait.
say, like,
Is it Velcor the
normal
horse?
horses have a weight limit.
It would probably still be 2 though, because I don't think we could fit 3 of us, even though 2 of us are really little.
We can look, but I'm not sure if we'll find a horse for Valcor. And y'all must have got paid a lot more than I did for that caravan. They must have shortchanged me. Because,
We have to go catch the dragon. He can ride that. Or she can ride that.
yeah.
You can probably just carry us, like one of us in each of your hands. Yeah, I'm really getting the perspective in this moment right now.
I can ride right on the shoulders like a house cat.
Right.
That's what I was saying. I mean, like, think about 8 feet tall, 400 pounds. I think I put it as like 440.
Do we need a horse? We could just ride Valkor.
Oh,
That might be the answer.
that might be the. So Fabian, how tall are you?
I think 5'10".
I have a whip. You'll definitely move faster.
So we have Fabian at 5'10", we have Dave at 2'9", and we have Lashira at 3'7", I think you said?
3'9".
Okay. And Valcor at like 8'9" or 8'10".
8'5".
It could
I
almost
can do. Yeah.
So Emily, are you beginning to remember what happened last time that we ran this? Do you want
Yes, I am.
Okay. So in this case, with Valcor being that big, the Harbin looks at the, or not Harbin, Toblin looks at this weird group and goes, "Oh, not to insult your height or anything. What if we just see if we can find a carriage that you could just pull with the other 3?
Wagon!
Oh, yes, a wagon. Yes, a wagon. And he's
visit
just trying to
the
look
mines.
back, and he just sees you walking, looking back and forth. Toblin's about 5'10", so the only one that he can look at almost straight level, in the eyes with, is Fabian. Which one do you prefer?
I guess Fabian.
Okay,
Probably easier to say.
Fabian. Okay, I just want to make sure.
If you get it wrong, that's totally fine.
We're in a mining town. Would they have mining carts? And could you push a mining cart?
Aren't those normally on tracks?
They are
There's
normally
ones that
on.
there's
Okay.
wheelbarrow style ones too. For when you have to leave the actual mining area and you need to bring your goods up. What if they have an extra one? Even if it's broken, what if we can fix it? just like, and then like instead of having to pay a cost of rental, we fix their wagon so that when it comes back, they can use it again. What if they have one like that for what they bring into town with their goods?
I was thinking of more of like the old-fashioned hay wagons. Like this, just a flat top, well, a flat thing with like the wooden wheels.
Yeah, that would work too. I was just thinking because it's a mining town, they might have an off-track one. Or several, because they have to bring their goods in. And he said that they're coming in and out to trade in their ore, so it has to be multiple.
So is this the type of wagon that you're looking at? That you're thinking?
That's what I was thinking. I don't know where it's at on where I'm at, but yeah.
Alright, so let's just see if I've got it at
If the wagon's
perspective.
on the ground, what are you gonna do? Strap it to your ankle? As you walk?
Okay.
You could carry it. Like pull it with both hands.
Oh, and of course it doesn't keep it at scale.
Yeah.
That would have been really funny if the Hero Forge kept this at the. Well, wait a second. I have an idea.
That would probably work really good.
Because with you being 10 feet tall, you're gonna have a 10-foot reach, which is gonna be about like yay.
I'm 8 foot tall.
Well, with a 2x2 grid, this is about what you'd have. So this is gonna be the scale of Valcor to a cart.
I'll just use one hand and just tug it along.
Shotgun.
I have many taxes to pay when we get back, so I suppose that if we were to forego the wagon and you were to carry us, Volcor, I could accept this if I am on your shoulder, because I could be consulting from a higher perspective, and that would be adequate and very human-like. So, provided I am above you, we're good.
Since I'm a cat, can't I move faster? So I wouldn't technically need to ride, but I might need to rest it probably more often if I'm going at full speed. Right?
In theory, yes. So just so you're aware, that movement speed that you have of 30, that's in combat during when it comes time for combats and encounters, a full round is technically 6 seconds for all of you guys and all the movement. So that's 30 feet of movement and what you can do in approximately 6 seconds. Because obviously in combat, everyone's attacking at the same time, but to make it easy for people to follow, that's the reason why we go around the table. If you're, as a cat, moving outside freely, you probably can easily move 60, 70, 80 feet in, 6 seconds, not a problem, because you don't have to worry about making attacks.
So I might not necessarily need to ride in a wagon to be able to cover ground pretty well.
We would still need something to carry all of the rations and everything.
Yeah, it's
whatever the relics are.
We have backpacks, I would think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, I can carry, like, each one of us could carry our own stuff still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, again, as you're talking again, Talbin comes up and goes, I don't mean to eavesdrop, but it sounds like you guys are talking logistics on how to get to Nomengard easily. And my human friend, and he says that super questioningly, you were mentioning potentially fixing a wagon. There is a small, down at the miners' exchange, a couple, towards the south part of town. Did my Zoom just crash? Okay, never mind. It just says Zoom's not responding. Okay. Where the miners' exchange is, you may be able to find some broken carts or some ones that are can still work but need some repairs. maybe talk to them about procuring one. Especially since I think I heard you say you wanted to leave right away in the morning. It's about, we still have another 5-6 hours left of the day today. So if you wanted to take time to fix one, you probably could.
We could go look and maybe we could parts off of other broken ones to make a whole one too. And see if they might find that acceptable, because then it'll be an actual working one, not a pile of junk. What do you guys think?
Yeah, that's fine if that's what y'all want to do, since we have the rest of the day here.
What just?
Or we could just walk.
What if the magical item we get, if they give us one, is too heavy to really carry that long of a distance? Because that is 18 miles as well.
I'm just restarting my tailspire quickly. Give me a second.
Since Valcor would be the muscle, I think. Valcor, what do you think?
I say we go. Valcor is very much still in the mindset of following whatever the highest command is. Still not out of that mindset of kind of free will. The free will was to come here. So, like if it's a majority agreement, then it's gonna be yes. So I guess Valcor will be sitting there eating the butt with glaze. It just kind of nods while eating.
All right. I mean, I say we go get some. Let's go and find some very divine rations, and then let's head on our way.
Yeah, it doesn't really hurt to just see what's there, because if none of them look even worth bothering with, we can just leave it at that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's go get some rations and check out those, and we'll be good to go.
All right, so it sounds like you guys want to look at rations first, which is going to be on the more north part of town, and the miners' exchange will be on the south. Is there one that you prefer to go to first?
Which way is like out of town that we need to go?
Well, Nomengard is going to be towards the south. Down the... So let's do this. I'm going to pull up a player view map for what you guys have.
I suppose we just kind of go there, don't we? So we're not wasting any whatever. Yeah, just maybe send us to the rations and then bring us south. We'll just leave it on the way out. Does that sound good, everyone? Yeah, just bring us, DM, to some place so we can
bring us to the place of the things. Do all the things. That's fantastic. So, I'm the right one, right? Yeah, I'm the right one. Okay. So, Barth's Provisions is where you're gonna find it's the general store. You know, you've got various backpacks, you got bedrolls, you got ropes, you got rations. As I stated earlier, you're going to find everything here except for armor and weapons. The other thing is you hear another individual talking to the shopkeeper about wanting different potions, and the shopkeeper's just like, you've got to go to Umbridge Hill, you got to go over there. I don't sell potions, I never have. Hey, and thank you guys for the raid. We greatly appreciate it. Hopefully you guys enjoy the content. So with the owner, this is definitely, he's rather tall. He's balding. He looks like he's about 50 or 60 years old. He keeps up a couple of younger clerks with him, Andler and Thistle, and you see them bustling in and out. They're unloading wagons. They're, restocking shelves. And Elmar does a lot of the talking with the patrons. He does a lot of talking with the negotiations for selling. As you guys walk in, he goes, give me 2 minutes. I'll be right with you. Feel free to look around at the shop. The shop. I'll be right with you. Yeah, let's just go down this way. Is there anything that you guys are looking at specifically for within the little general store? Besides rations?
We still
What
have our
else will we
beginner
need?
gear, right? So like we already have
Yes.
ropes and stuff.
Yep, you should have all of that. One thing to know with rations is they are only good for 7 days. After that, they spoil, and you may have to make a constitution check to eat them. So being that you're on the road about 7 or 8 days, you're probably out of rations.
Do they have any maybe like some beef jerky or something like that?
Yeah, they would sell beef jerky. That's gonna be a food based.
Okay. And maybe some like dried fruits.
Yep.
I'll
So-
stock up on that.
Yeah, so as you're looking around, there is a section of, the pre-made rations. You see of non-perishable goods, so the dried fruits, the dried meats, the jerky types. And you see rations per day is 5 silver per ration. The jerky packs are about the same size as a ration, so you're estimating there's probably 10 or 15 pieces of jerky. It's going to stay the same. The dried fruit comes in a pouch, probably. What's going to be a good size as I look around my office? I love visual aids. So you see the dried fruit in boxes about this size, and they're labeled at 1 gold per, but they've got some weight to them.
Okay.
Okay.
Do I see dried fish in that corner back there?
That's along with all the the rest of the dried fruits and dried fish. And again, just like the jerky, the fish come in packs at about the size of a ration, which are about this big. They're going to be about that 5 silver as well per pack.
Do we know anything about the area? Like, would we be able to like hunt along the way or fish?
So you know that you're at the base of the Sword Mountains. So with any mountain range, you're gonna probably see bear in it. You're gonna see deer. You're gonna see elk. There aren't any lakes that are in the area, but you know that you'll at least be able to get a lot of the land creatures.
Yeah, I think we'll be I'm definitely gonna stock up, but if worse comes to worse, we are 2 barbarians and 2 rangers. We know our way around the wilderness. Yeah.
So
Yeah, I get like a couple just in case we, for some reason, don't have time or can't get rations, but I'm not going to get a ton either because my thing is I'm supposed to be able to forage while wandering as well.
Yeah, you've been in the wilderness for a while. Oh, you're from the wilderness, right?
Yeah, I grew up as a protector, so I lived constantly in the woods. I don't really know civilization.
So a couple minutes passes, and finally this elderly human male comes up to you, and like he not only is he bald, like he's turtle waxed his head bald. He just looks at you a little tired, and says, "Oh, sorry about that way with the caravan coming in today. It's a little busier than normal. What can I do for you today? How can I help you?"
Rations.
You're straight to the point. Are you just looking for a standard ration? Are you looking for dried meats? Can you hear me up there? We don't see many giants in this area. How did he fit through the door, by the way? That door's only 6.5 feet tall. You gotta be, what, like 9 feet?
Grease.
Hang on, let me set up a little more so I can just... You bend. Dried fruit, dried meat.
I could definitely help you with that. And he pulls out a tray, and he goes, "Here's some mix of dried fruits. You're gonna find fresh berry. You're gonna find dried berries in here, like strawberries and blueberries, and every once in a while, in fact, I think this batch has raspberries. And here's a good variety of that. What type of meat do you like? I've got fish. I've got bear today. Actually, just finished dehydrating it 2 days ago." Or do you just want meat? Doesn't matter.
Is there a price difference between meat?
No, the big difference is fish. You're not gonna get as much because it's fish. The bear is gonna keep you fuller longer.
There.
Okay, so he hands you a like I said, a package of dried meat, about a little bit smaller box, but it's dehydrated. It's firm all the way through. The berry, again, he goes, that'll be one gold piece for all the mixed berry, and that's per package of that. And for the dehydrated bear is going to be 5 silver per pack. How many would, and he goes through and does all that conversation with you, and how many would you like from him?
I would probably get like 2, 3 of them.
Okay. So,
because I already got one, right?
For the rations, yes. Just so you know, I'm not going to keep track of your guys' gold. That's going to be on honor system. I just request that you adjust accordingly. Okay. Moving over to Fabian. He looks at you and goes, "You look like another man on a mission. What can I do to serve you today?"
Yeah, I'll just tell him I want some of the same, but perhaps you could give us a discount if we buy as a group. And I'm going to lean over to Valcor and be like, "Valcor, why don't you persuade him a little bit?"
I do have a very persuasive way. Hang on. I'm trying to find it again.
So what you're saying is you're going to roll intimidation.
No.
The first rolls of the session.
Oh, only a little, Valcor. Only a little.
Hang on, I'm trying to get there. There it is.
It's where it's like, or diplomacy.
Okay, how high do I need to be?
Just tell me what you roll. I already rolled my number.
I got 12.
I rolled a 10. So with that, he looks at you and is like, "Why would you come into my shop and do that?" But if you're depending on how much you buy, I will give a 10% discount. So which means that I need to. So because I'm going to do that with that little bit of intimidation that you did have, someone needs to be adding up numbers as I tell them, and applies the numbering. Okay? That's what you guys get for intimidating. You guys get to do the math with the shiny math rocks.
I have a word pad up, so
Okay.
hopefully I understand what you're saying.
So, being that it's a, 1 silver or 1 gold is 10 silver, if I say, hey, it's 1 gold, just count it as 10 silver, okay? And that way you can do that 10% discount easily.
Okay.
Makes life simple?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so he again looks at Fabian and goes, "You must be the brains of the outfit?"
I kind of just saying, not really.
It takes a lot for a giant to take direction from another individual, so I assume that's the reason for the assumption. But with that, again, it sounds like you want some more, some of the bear jerky, and I think you said you also wanted some dried fruit and nuts, correct?
Yeah, just the same. Same is fine.
Okay, so again, he hands it to you and he goes, I'll deal with the discount once we get up to the counter. Again, it's 5 silver for the jerky and 1 gold piece for each portion of the dried fruit. So she took 2. I'm guessing you're taking 2 as well.
That's fine.
Okay. Looking over at the shorter individuals in the group, the Tabaxi and Dave. Again, if someone figures out what Dave's trying to accomplish, I will stop with that. So
Dave is pretty tall right now, right?
Dave thinks that he's tall, but as you guys look at him, he's only like 2'9". But he's in a fight tooth and nail to make you guys think that he's an average size human.
But he's not walking on the stilts.
Nope. If he's trying to look at you face to face, he's gonna drop down his elevation platform. Is that what you're calling it? To try to be more face to face with you.
It's proprietary.
It's proprietary. Okay.
I'm just assuming psychological disorder at this point.
I think very human. Very much human.
That's why I know it's psychological disorder. There is no normal human.
She did marry me. So,
Yep.
So he looks at the individual with the funny mustache and, what are you looking for?
Well, kind sir, I would really like to have one of your finest rations. And then I have agreed to have a high-level board meeting on Volko's shoulder while we travel to our next destination. And in that, I would like to maintain the most safe situation. So is there anything that I could tie myself with, or any way to just like hold myself to this giant?
Well, first, as far as tying yourself to said giant, you pretty much need just a rope. I mean, if you want, you can probably take some cloth and make yourself a harness of sorts. As far as rations, a ration. There's
the finest only.
It's a day worth of food. Do you want 1 ration? Do you want 2 rations? How many do you want?
I'll just take 2.
Okay. he hands it to you and he gives you the same pricing, 5 silver per. He's like, if you're looking at making a harness this year, he quickly scurries to the back and he pulls out some almost like some shorter pieces of rope. They're not like the thick stuff that you'd have in your pack, but almost like the same type of rope that would go around like the top of a carriage for holding things down, where it doesn't need to have a lot of strength, it just needs to hold it down. Hands like 10 feet to you. He was just a silver, he's just trying to figure out what to go on with that. And then finally he looks at the furry one. He goes, a cat.
Meow.
How can I serve you?
I would like a fish ration and a bear ration.
Easy enough. I like easy. He hands you one of each, again with the 5 silver per. Is there anything else I can do for you guys? And he yells at his assistants, we need this area restocked.
I have one question. Is there a warranty on the rope in case I fall off of this giant? I want to file a complaint from my grave if that happens.
You're not the first person that's threatened to haunt me. And any misdoing is your own fault if you don't know how to tie a rope or a harness. Alright, so he brings you guys back up to the counter. He adds everything up. To whoever's keeping track of the numbers, how much did everything add up to, and then how much is the discount?
So my only question is when they were saying they wanted 2 of the rations, they had said 1 fruit, 1 jerky. Did they want 2 fruit boxes, 2 jerkies for each of those, or did they just want 1 fruit, 1 jerky? Because they just said 2.
It'd be 1 fruit, 2 jerky.
Okay, so 2 that, and then that. Okay, so that would be 20, 40, 50, 60. We're at 61 silver. And then I've not put the discount on that yet.
Okay, so he was 61 silver. I told you 10% discount, so you're looking at about 50. Let's call it 55 silver pieces. He looks around. That's what we agreed on, right? The 10% discount.
Yeah, I pay him for my share.
There it goes. I put down my gold, trying to put it in here.
Okay.
It should be 9 silver if you only got 2 plain ration types. So I'm pulling out my 9 silver right now. I don't know how to do that.
Don't worry, I'm still trying to figure it out myself.
So when you go on inventory and you click on the gold piece, you can literally just put silver and then like however many you want to remove, and you just click on remove.
Oh, wait, I hit a button and then it went away. 1 sec.
Yeah.
Remove.
And then what we'll do is before we head down to the next area, we'll go ahead and take our 5-minute break. I'll put up a starting soon. I'll put a be right back thing. It'll have a countdown timer, and then we're gonna continue forward. I just have issues with my lower back, and if I don't get up and stretch, it's going to be very painful by the end of it. And we're
Mine's
actually an hour and a half in. Yours is glitching.
It's not letting me remove 1 silver because it says it's an invalid amount. I mean, I can't remove 9 silver because it's an invalid amount.
I see why. So let's do this. I'm going to take 2 of your gold pieces. I'm going to remove it, and I'm going to add 20 silver. There you go. Now try it. Because what D&D Beyond by default just keeps everything as gold as the as the thing. Okay.
It hasn't updated.
Just refresh your screen. That's all.
Okay.
So
there it goes.
Yep.
Where'd my money go? Inventory.
So yeah, go
Okay.
ahead, and you can, if you need
Okay.
to break down
got
that
it.
way, you can. But be back in at 4:45 Central Standard, and I've got that countdown timer going right now. If you guys, I still have this audio live, but I'm gonna go ahead and throw on some background music and yeah, audio input capture. This music, this. Okay. So it sounds like Nomengard's gonna be the answer, right?
Maybe. I'm trying to double check that I got all the rations on here. Do I need to add the rations into my backpack?
Yes, you will. So what you'll want to do is, if you go under, if you're on the inventory thing and you hit manage inventory, you can add rations. Otherwise, what you can do is the ones that you currently have, you can click on it and adjust the quantity.
Oh, well, mine says I have 10 already.
What I would do is because of the time that we said traveled, throw away 7 of them because they went bad. Or throw away all, I would say throw away all 10. Food expires, and just change that 10 to 2. And then as far as the dried jerky, because it wasn't something I was expecting, I just kind of threw it out there. Add a new line item that says rations, but you can actually click and edit it, and you can say dried meat. And then you can set
under the name?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, does that make sense?
Yeah, I just put that on there. Since my character is a cat and so small, do you think I go through my rations a little bit slower, or would it still be the same one per day versus a giant who does the same block? That would be one per day.
So rations, when you buy them, are in-game. They're labeled as one ration per day. It's, you know, just like a military meal ready to eat. It's supposed to give enough food for. It's supposed to give enough food for an entire day. However you portion that out, it's totally up to you. But once you open a ration, think of it as long as it doesn't get too wet, you may be able to repackage it for the following day.
Okay. So it's like at home. It's good in the pantry for forever till you open the dang thing.
Back, you know, in this era, think of it, you're in the year like 700. I'm, you know, way back before refrigeration. They're made relatively fresh, so that's the reason why they say once it's made, it may sit on the shelf for 2 or 3 days. And thus the reason why I said just rule of thumb is once you like 7 or 8 days, I wouldn't trust it, you know. So yeah. So that is where that is. So let's go here, go back, and you guys, as you left Barthen's provision, wanted to go. I'm just gonna bring you down to that Farside store.
I like how there was coffins in the general store. That was a nice touch.
That's the last thing you need in life.
I mean, they are very needed.
It's like a few years back for Christmas, Emily bought me a coffin. Hasn't bought anything yet left because I haven't used the last thing she bought.
Oh, shoot. Was it a hint that he needed to straighten up, Emily?
Okay,
Just preparing.
Just preparing.
The day that is coming out in her.
That's fantastic. That is
But
utterly...
now you're 2 in 1, or 3 in 1 if you count yourself while digging at you.
I should have edited the store a little bit more, but whatever. Small mining town when it comes to general stores, you know, things, limited supply of everything, right? So this is I'm in the miners exchange. I went to the wrong store. Shame on me. You guys wanted, this is the one that you wanted right there.
That's not where the carts are?
Oh, you're right. I thought for some reason I thought you guys wanted the weapons. Huh.
No, I think we all still have our weapons. They just might be a little dusty from travel.
Yep, you're right. This is where you guys wanted to be.
Yeah, I am otherwise like all set. So kind of came in pretty prepared.
All right. So before you guys enter the miners exchange, you do see kind of off to the side, and I'm just going to drop a couple on here just because I can. I don't want a mining cart. A shopping cart.
Ooh, shopping cart, yeah!
You do see a couple of carts that are in disrepair. I'll put them, let's put them over on this side. One of them has a wagon wheel missing. The other one's got a busted, almost like a busted sidewall. But that's about the only thing you notice as you enter in, and you see people, coming in and going out throughout the entire buildings. And I need to go down to the Miners Exchange. So within the Miners Exchange, one thing with most of the stores here, there's a lot of humans in this area. That's probably about 75 or 80% of the people that you see are human. That's the reason why the looks that Dave's getting, the looks that Valkor's getting, the looks that Lashira's getting is kind of, what are you doing here? As you walk up, a human woman by the name of Haley introduces herself and goes, "You're new to town. How can I help you?"
Need cart.
Need cart.
How about I put this in a little bit nicer terms? We would like to borrow we'll take a look at your broken carts if it's okay, and possibly fix one of them up so we can borrow it, but then bring it back and you'd have a working cart again. We would just need to borrow it for a couple days. But we would take a broken one that you can't use anyway right now. Kind of, it would help both of us.
Take a broken cart, borrow a broken cart, fix broken cart, return it fixed. That's acceptable. I will need a collateral of some type. Let's see here. What's something that will guarantee that I get my cart back, because they are expensive? And what's something that I know will typically guarantee that people come back? How about this? If you put down a deposit of 2 gold, upon return of the cart working, I will give you back 3 gold.
What do you guys think of that? Because we kind of get paid for fixing it and we get to borrow it.
Is it per person?
No, it's just as a group. I know money tends to talk. That's the reason. I mean, I can make it 5 gold and you get back 6.
I would rather do the 2 gold. I mean, I would put up the 2 gold if we think we can get it fixed up. What do you guys think of that? Then you guys also wouldn't have the risk of it. But if we look at a cart and think that maybe we can fix it, I can put up the 2 gold and then get 3 gold back. Or we could split it.
Dave talks of taxes. I go look at carts.
Yeah, can we? Yeah, let's look at the carts, see if we can even do this as an option. Are there any carts that may be fixable with other parts that are around here?
Helia looks at you and she goes, "I've got 2 broken carts, right? And in fact, you probably saw them right as you were entering the establishment. One of them was actually just carried in by another cart. It's got a wheel completely missing. I think the axle's broken on it. The other cart, the side rails are and the mounting points are completely broken. So I know that the one that has the broken sidewalls you could probably use as is, but like I said, needs to be fixed."
Yeah, I'd say we give it a try.
I wonder if we can find wood while we're out to just like fix it from like branches and stuff on the road. Because it's the side pieces that need to be fixed. We could always figure out a good sturdy branch and stuff on the way. But if we don't need sides.
Can we not take apart one to fix the other?
I'm guessing you're saying that out loud. You're saying that as, all right. As you're saying that, Halia she looks at it and she goes, no, because then I'll have 2 completely useless cards.
I already have 2 useless cards.
One of them's semi-useless. The other one is useless.
Can I try to persuade her? I don't really have any plus in my persuasion, but can I try a persuasion thing?
Sure, roll persuasion.
What number of dice is that? I don't even know.
D20. You can also click it on your character sheet and it'll roll for you.
That would defeat the purpose of Timu.
Yep.
It's pretty. Okay. Oh, shoot. I don't think this is going to help. I got a 9.
I rolled a 15.
Oh, wow.
Wow, she's stubborn. Quick, bonk her on the head and take him anyway. Kidding.
Hey, that's a command.
So
I mean,
I'm a cat. If you're taking commands from a tiny little animal,
You're all tiny.
So just remember this: as players, as you and I are talking back and forth, there's gonna be one thing. If you want your characters to say that, just say, "Hey, by the way, I didn't say that as a character." Otherwise, I'm gonna assume that you're in character all the time. Okay?
did not say that as a character. That was a joke.
I know. I'm just letting you know that. So if we're
Oh,
playing,
shit.
we're in character unless you say, "Hey, by the way, I'm saying this as Cassie, I'm saying this as Shelby, I'm saying this as James, whatever it may be." Otherwise, I'm assuming you're in character all the time. So Halia looks at you and she goes, yes, one of them may have a broken wheel. That one's completely useless. That one needs to be fixed. This other one, it works for oversized loads. It's not completely useless. It just doesn't match the setting that we use to keep things contained. So, do you want one or do you not? And her tone begins to be a little harsher with you and a little bit more snippy. I need an answer. I still have other work that I need to do.
if we don't fix it, bring it back fixed, can we just still get the dollars back? The coin?
If you bring it back in the same exact condition that it left in, you're only going to get your deposit back. But if you bring it back in the condition that you see, and she points at one of the other carts that's around the corner that's fully fixed, if you bring it back in that condition, I will give you back 3 gold. So you get a gold for fixing it, as well as getting to use it for pretty much free.
I think it's a good deal because then we're not paying rental. We're just paying the deposit that we get back anyway. And I don't think we're going to break it on the trip.
I think that this arrangement is of very financial smartness. So here's the gold. I'll give you the 2 gold. Let's take it and go.
Okay.
It's a very sound financial decision.
That's fantastic. Okay. So you guys have a cart. You have rope. You have a giant that could pull said cart with all 3 of you on it to make the traveling a little faster. Okay. You
Will I
have
need to roll? Sorry. In Shelby Land, will I need to roll for athletics to be able to pull them?
I'm thinking the combined. See here. Emily's being Dave. She's like 25 or 30 pounds. Tabaxi's probably 30 pounds, so that's 60. Fabian, how much do you weigh approximately?
I think like 150, between 150 and 170, something like that.
So you got a total weight of the high side of like 230 pounds. Let me.
Would that be strength, not agility?
It could be a strength, but I just want to take a look. This is probably the only time I'm going to look at a character sheet. I just want to see what your stats look like. Of course, with I think I saw a strength check of like 18 or +4. Yeah. And you've got a you're not even pulling, like you're barely pulling half your weight, and you've got a +4 on strength.
That's what made me go with giant when I got those numbers. I had like an 8 in intelligence.
Yeah, so like even on your athletics check, which is strength based, you have a +6 and you've got advantage on it. It would be pulling this cart for you, even if you just made yourself a belt that you can pull it with like a horse, is gonna be very easy for you. The only time that you may struggle is if we're coming up against fallen trees, where you have to or if bandits come up and brain work and trap you in a situation. Now you've got a cart that you're trying to get out of while in combat.
Okay.
But for the most part, you're able to pull this cart like it's nothing. You're with your sheer height, your sheer strength. Full Metal Bandits. It's gonna be relatively easy for you.
Just roll the cart straight into them. Just be pushing it and go mowing them over.
So for her, whether she's pulling it or pushing it, the pushing can be a little bit hard because you almost have to knuckle drag. Otherwise, you're gonna be like doing this the entire time.
I was more thinking because I have rope to like make, like you said, a belt to kind of tug it along.
Mm-hmm. So the only check that I'm gonna have you do is as the group's getting ready to leave. If we fast forward time, unless there's anything you guys want, the only check that I'm gonna have you do is a survival check because of not tying. While you're in town, now that you have this, is there any other places that you wanted to go today as the day's drawing towards an end?
Can we talk to... It said that we had to, well, Valcor can't read. Who do we need to talk to get more information about where? Because we were told that it's 18 miles away, but do we know, like, where we're going, what we're going to go through? Like, maybe talk to somebody to give us some more detail on that?
So...
Like even a map of the trail there? Or a very basic...
Given a map, weren't we?
So...
But that's only the city, right?
You do have a map of the city.
Oh, right.
I'm going to do this quickly. Let's save image as.
And I'm gonna go turn on my light. It got darker than I thought it was really quickly.
And Dragon of Icespire Peak, Sword Coast. And I want to blow this up, and then I'm going to take care of the stuff that... The Sword Coast is a relatively well-known region. So let's go Dragon of Icespire Peak, and let's go into Discord, and I'm going to...
Would any of us have traveled down that road at all? Or this is so far out of the range of any one of us?
It all depend on the backstory you guys would wish to have. So in our Discord team chat is a map of the Sword Coast. And if you were to walk back into the tavern and asking questions, it seems like Phandalin is the extrovert of the town. He's all about customer service. He's all about pleasing others. he would, he'd probably sketch this out for you, showing you, hey, this is where, Phandalin, you're kind of at the base of the mountains in the small valley. We're not quite to the mountains, but it's still a little bit of a ways away. We're still in that hilly area. And then Nomengard is at the base of the Sword Mountains.
So at this point, will we just need to go back, take a rest, and then head out in the morning kind of a thing?
Yeah, unless you guys had any other thing that, if you needed more arrows, if you needed more weapons. Other than that, if you wanted to go to the shrine and pray to whatever deity that you needed to for the day.
We're in Phandalin right now, right?
Yes, you guys are in Phandalin.
Nomengard is like right there behind the village. It doesn't even look like it's that far away.
If you look at the hex squares, though, at the legend on the top left, every hex is 5 miles.
Marathon, let's do it.
So you have 1, 2, 3.5 hexes on that map. And it's relatively rough terrain. There's no trails going over there.
So we're blind traveling on this.
Kind of, he'd be able to, draw out the major landmarks like the Umbridge Hill, and he'd also say, Nomengard's gonna be southeast of here. For
Is
most
that
people,
marshland? Or is it like plains?
it's gonna be hills. So if you're going around, there's 4 small hills around Phandalin. Phandalin's at the base of one of the smaller ones. Umbridge Hill's gonna be like that second mountain over, and then from there it's kind of a little bit more of a blind travel. Okay. So, but in town today, is there anything else that's needed?
I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah, not that I know of.
I can't think of anything.
My inventory is satisfactory.
That's fantastic. So, a lot of times what I'll do is, as we go forward, I will do like, hey, this is how the day ends. In this case, you head back into the tavern. You have whatever meal that you guys want. Usually during lunch, the evening hours, he has more choices. He gives, 5 or 6 different specials. He offers you a room for that 5 silver a night. He does let you know that, hey, you can. It's this time of year is relatively slow. If you want to do a week or more, it'll be 4 silver a night instead of 5, just for a long-term stay. Just like a hotel, if you wanted to rent a room for 2 weeks, you could, get a discount on that. Just as the following morning approaches, you see that sun coming up over. You begin to hear the roosters and the chickens that are in town making their morning noises and annoyances. You begin to hear the hustle and bustle of the people in the inn moving about, and you start hearing the sound of like that fire downstairs in the kitchen. And Valcor clearing his throat.
I'm gonna say Valcor has been up since the start of the sunrise, kind of doing like getting the cart where it's kind of tied up,
Right.
getting stuff ready for that, and preparing ways to tie Dave somehow onto her shoulder, because she heard multiple times that Dave did not want to fall from the shoulder. And I guess she'll go back into the main part of the inn and wait for everyone else to get ready.
All right. So as you're making the, I would say the harness for the cart, go ahead and roll a survival check, and I will say a pass on this is going to be a 14 or higher. And you're muted.
Survival. Ah, I found it. And you needed a what or higher?
I'd say a 14 to make a good sturdy knot.
Well, I got an 11, so
Okay,
not
good to
a
know.
very good knot.
I'll deal with that when it comes up.
We might lose our cart, guys.
Well, the other thing that may happen is you've got a couple of rangers in the group, and as they come down, they're Fabian, as a ranger yourself, what time do you usually like to get up in the morning to do like any morning hunts or anything, or your morning preparations for the day?
Probably get up a little bit.
I'm still doing this. I'm almost finished, and then we can play
Before the sunrise.
All right. So you probably would see Valcor trying to tie these knots, correct? As she's, out and about with a cart. You see her with the rope kind of fumbling about. And you see her do this really odd slip knot that she gets it, she pulls it, she doesn't think that it moves. She gets it around her waist, and she has this weird slip knot on the cart. You immediately recognize this thing's not going to hold. With you knowing that yourself and Dave and Lashira may be riding on this cart, this is your chance where if you want to step in and say, hey, whoa, hold the phone, this is how you would do that knot. You can at this point.
Okay. Upon seeing that, I'd probably just say, hey, Valcor, have you ever learned how to do a fisherman's knot? That might work a little bit better than this one you have there. I could show you if you'd like.
Knot is not. If you do better, you go.
All right.
Knot is not a knot.
Same thing. It'll be that survival check with a 14 or higher as a pass.
I got an 8, so I guess
Can I be watching from this point?
I'm not really good at tying knots either.
Like, can I be watching? Because I'm usually up over an hour before dawn, and I just like to watch people and like see what's going on, just because I can, and I'm paranoid like that.
As a player, you know what your character's routines are throughout the day. So you can, with this, you don't have to say, can I do this? Can I do this? Like, hey, I know I'm up at this time. I'm watching, I'm laughing, I'm doing whatever.
Yeah, I'm like up in the rafters because I just put myself up there so I can see from a like height, and I'm just watching as this stuff happens. Like, I like to be up on roofs and rafters and stuff.
Watching us struggle.
Yes, and I want to see if you guys can figure it out or not.
Yeah.
Fair enough. That is fantastic. So you do see the struggle of this knot in this cart. And just the absurdity of it, to the point where the floor is yours. Do with it as you will.
So I want to take the rope and pretty much wrap it around the Valcor's waist at this point, and then tie it directly onto the wagon to like make it as stuck to Valcor as it can get.
Okay.
I don't know what the strongest knot would be. because I don't know knot names besides the name of the fisher one. But I
You
have
got
Yeah,
those.
I don't either.
Yeah, fisherman's knot. You have a noose knot. You've got a granny's knot, which pretty much everything's gonna be better because what's happening is with these low rolls, he's getting nothing more than like a slip knot if you're gonna start crocheting. But
Oh,
the
okay.
tension point's on the wrong side.
All right. So I want to roll to see if my knot can turn out better. And you
Again,
said it's a
sur-
D20, right?
It's a D20.
And I have-
Survival.
Okay. I have some survival pluses.
I would think the ranger would have too.
Yeah, no, I do. I just rolled horribly.
I got a 13.
Oh, so close.
I know.
Well, we'll see what happens with that. Okay, so
I mean, don't get close.
it'll get close. I
How did we
will
get this
deal with
far in
that.
the wilderness?
I was always by myself, so I didn't have to tie things to anything. I was just hopping around trees, watching people.
Well, it's still for Lashira. You can pull on it with all your weight, and it's staying pretty sturdy. You think that it's gonna be close enough to get the job done. At least get down the road some ways, and if we need to readjust, or you guys can readjust as needed.
I am small. Pulling with all my weight is not very much.
Yeah, that's the reason why I said that the way that I did. And Toblin, he drew out a sketch of where you guys are at, where some of the other job boards that he had seen is at, as well as Nomengard. He did tell you that, hey, getting down there in the hills, you may have some issues with bandits. I don't know where. I haven't seen the dragon yet today, but that doesn't mean that he's not out and about. It is a 20-mile journey, just about, probably 18. It all depends on if you go straight over mountains or decide to go around it. But expect it's going to be a day's journey. So, just do with that as you will. Yeah. So I was not expecting to actually have a job yet today.
Do you have to take 5?
No, I'm just trying to debate if I want to call it early. Because with a 20-mile journey through mountains, I don't know if I want to have an encounter right away or not. Understand the dilemma?
Well, so Dave has some wonderful singing that could be performed. I come down the stairs after I've done my morning audit check. There was a few things I had to make sure were in place, especially my proprietary stool needed to be recalibrated and checked. I come down the stairs and I see you guys working on that knot, and I was like, great, you're all here. All right. I'm very ready for this adventure. What do we have everything set for safety? Have all the safety checks been done? Have we checked the knots and tapped the wheels and aired the tire? Wait, there's no air in tires? Knocked the wheel?
Oh, that's fantastic. Let's go.
We've
Trout.
knotted knots.
We've knotted.
And re-knotted, and re-knotted.
I am doing this
We're
quickly.
just shy of welding Velcor onto the wagon.
Wonderful. I throw my stool down and I go to stand on it and I look up at Valcor and I'm like, I'm ready. Take me up. Like,
Could
you're basically
I,
a giant elevator. Wait, there's no elevators. Your date. I don't even know what they'd be called in that time.
Upsies.
A lift?
I'm a dignified human gentlemen, we do not do upsies. But
What about downsies?
up, please.
Could I reach down like you would a child? Just, like underneath the arm and then doop.
The amount of trolling you're gonna get through this, just so you know.
Oh, I don't care.
And then I guess I will pick up the what is it called?
Wagon?
The stool. The stool.
Oh, that just comes with me. You don't even notice that it's here. I am so professional and so good at this. You barely even see it. So don't worry about my stool. Thanks, though.
And then I kind of Valcor has the tribal pinned braid that goes all the way back, and I kind of toss it over to give to Dave to kind of hang on to. And then in character, don't fall.
You've got the reins.
Don't let me fall. What do you mean? So we're on the road now.
Yeah. I was pulling something over from another. Look, your donkey, love, from the last. Oh, bring on the craziness. Okay, so I need to go.
I mean, there is a dragon. Why not a donkey?
So the last time I started running this, we got through 2 jobs, and then things got crazy and weird and inappropriate and just time. Emily starts the very first session going, I want a mule and a cart.
I really wanted a donkey.
And of course, I had no idea how to handle this, and she threw me for such a loop that I literally just made up a price. And it turns out that I did it for way too cheap, and she bought this ridiculously buckhorn like donkey that was kicking everyone. So that is the how this came through. So let's find this.
At least the donkey had a personality.
Oh gosh. Because I can totally do this. As you guys get through town, you get past the first set of hills. You're past Umbridge Hill. You recognize the windmill. At least Dave does from reading that job board quest. I don't know if you want to make a mental note of its location or not, but you do end up passing right by that job board location. As you're turning around the hill, you begin to see more and more of the mountains on one side. You got the small hills on the other. You see some smoke coming up a little bit ahead. From Valcor's perspective, Valcor can kind of see, like a lean-to style tent, and almost like a tripod for, cooking over. The others, however, are not able to see that.
Isn't Dave on top of Valcor's shoulder, so Dave should be able to see this as well?
Yeah, Dave would probably be able to see if he's still on the shoulders. You're 10 miles in. You've been walking for about 3.5 hours.
I guess I'll stop walking. I see things ahead. Should we keep going or?
I could go along the forest line and like sneak around to kind of scout it to see what's going on up there with my teeny tiny kittiness. Even if they saw a glimpse of me, I would just kind of look like a stray cat, just a large one. Because I can go down on all fours and be more cat-like. So yeah, I'm gonna go
I just
around
have
the
a
bush.
question. Through this
I-
travel, are we a true team here? Have we had team bonding and togetherness? I do have a little song that I could share with you. Or it might bring us together a little bit more. I think we need a little team building here before we just, you know, um,
It's a
or we can
song.
just,
We are family.
I mean, we have been walking for 10 miles, so I would assume at that point you would have sung us a song, unless we're walking in silence.
Yeah.
I'll play my flute while
Maybe.
you sing.
Oh, you can play a flute?
Yeah.
That's cool. Okay, never mind.
Let's hear it.
What have I
Oh,
gotten
wait,
myself
okay.
into?
Well, you see, so this is the song of human walking. Okay, are you ready for this? As I sit on the shoulder of Velcor, I start just like tapping my stool in like a beat. So I'm just like, I start tapping it. You should do a song. I'm just like left foot, right foot, vertical and tall. We walk the surface, we do not crawl. And then eventually, like you guys are actually hearing this as more of like a like aggressive like yell. It's more like left foot, right foot, vertical and tall. Because so in my head, I am singing this and I sound amazing. We are really bonding here over this wonderful song. But the reality is not that. It's very aggressive because I'm a barbarian. So
I totally have my hands trying to cover my ears and still be able to pay attention to things. Because, sensitive ears, cat,
yeah, I love that.
just debating jumping up there and gagging you.
Do you feel that? Do you feel that synergy, team?
Not the synergy you're thinking of.
It doesn't get any better than this. Togetherness.
Well, as you got Dave making all of this ruckus. You happen to see, well, arrows start flying towards you. It almost hits Fabian, just shy of him, and you hear just complete gibberish that's utterly angry. And you see 3 goblins start running towards you. One of them's got a bow drawn towards you. One's got a couple daggers getting ready to throw, and one's got a small, short sword. Let's go ahead and roll some initiative, and let's have some fun now.
It's always D20 unless said otherwise.
Yes,
correct?
it's always a D20, and you should have an initiative add-on right at the top, right next to your armor class. Okay, so let's start with... I gotta stop writing down your real names. Valcor, Dave. Okay, Valcor, what did you roll?
I got a 14.
Okay, Dave.
13.
13. Fabian.
13 as well.
13 as well. And Lashira.
With my +3, I got a 4.
Oh gosh.
Oh boy. So how's those Temu dice treating you, by the way?
I think I'm going to switch to the other set because I did buy 2.
Oh, that's cute. She only bought 2. Okay, so I'm gonna... I'll say he's got 18 on his second roll, and he's okay, so this is what it'll be. So dual wield, sword, Valcor. Dave, roll a second D20 flat, and same with Fabian.
Eight.
Okay. Dave? Flat D20.
18.
Dave. Fabian. Shira. And Rose. Okay, so I will call out as we got things going on. Up first will be this goblin that's dual wielding. See him run up with 2 short daggers, and he is definitely, excuse me, drawn to this extremely tall frost giant. Everyone can clearly see this is a very short goblin, no taller than Dave. He takes his dagger and he's going to throw it at Valcor.
Rude.
Very. And where's my... That does not hit because that is only a 9. And that's where he gets up to. So I'm not going to worry about that 9. Because I guess a 9 does not hit.
That would be for my
Armor class.
Yeah, I have a 16.
Yeah. One with the sword a little bit further away. He does not get very far. He can only get to about here. That brings up Valcor. Followed by Dave.
Is Dave still on my shoulder?
Yes, Dave would be on your shoulder.
Okay. Can I move Dave off of my shoulder? And then, since it looks like they're coming towards me, step kind of in front and to the side of everyone to kind of draw their attention. How far away is he?
So, he is approximately, let's see, 33 feet.
Okay. Do we have the cart? Am I still attached to the wait? Am I still attached to the cart?
Yes, you are still attached to the cart. I just can't move the cart without going into build mode.
Okay. So, take Dave off shoulder. Kind of, I have a dagger, don't I? Hang on. Pause. Wait.
So daggers can be thrown, hand axes can be thrown. If you're crazy enough, you can throw regular axes. And in fact, I think as a barbarian, I think you can throw great axes. I can't remember that for sure, though.
Well, I was just saying if I had something to, like, instead of fumbling to try to untie the rope, to kind of
javelins can also be thrown.
Fancy.
Mm-hmm.
I do not have a dagger, but I do have a hand axe.
Hand axes can be thrown.
Yes. Can I throw... Well, Dave, off shoulder. I kind of cut the rope, not in front of me, but kind of towards the, like, little sticky parts that stick out. Cut it from there and move more in front and to the side. So I would say, like, moving, like, I'd say 15 feet in front and then 5 feet to the side, and throw the axe.
So, taking Dave down, I'm going to say he's going to use 5 feet of your movement, just because of sheer size. And you want to move right about here, you said?
Yeah, like 15 feet in front and like 5 to the side to try to draw their attention.
There's 15, and then let's go. You want to go right about here then?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll actually use up all your movement, and with your reach as a frost
Would I
giant,
be close enough to reach him?
let's see here. What's your Oh, I suppose you only got a 5-foot reach anyway, so it's gonna be close.
Because he said he was 33 feet away, right?
Yeah.
And I only move like 15.
Actually, you would be able to get up to him.
Okay.
So yeah, you can be right up on top of him.
So then I don't throw. I want to swing with my great axe.
Okay. Go ahead and roll the hit.
11.
Is that with your modifier?
Yeah, I got a terrible roll.
That misses.
Yeah, kind of figured.
Wow.
Yeah, I got a 5 and I have a +6. Like, that was terrible. That was terrible.
So how many people are going to have dice in dice jail by the end of the first session?
A lot.
Okay. I know with cleave, I want to say if you hit the creature, you can get a second attack with it. But since you didn't hit it, you do not get a second attack.
No.
Sorry about your luck. Dave and then Fabian.
All right. I would like to run up and hit with my cleave.
Okay. What's your movement speed?
30.
You get right about here.
Okay.
And you should be within. Yeah, you're close enough. Go ahead and roll the hit.
$17.
Oh yeah, that hits.
Okay. Yeah. It's a plus something, but and then damage. 16 on damage.
Wow.
Nope, 15. Sorry.
Either way.
I added the 1 point. That's a rage point.
Yeah, that's if you're raging. So
it was a D12 plus 3 is what my damage is for my great axe.
And you maxed your damage?
Yeah. I rolled it on D&D Beyond. Even.
We have the first kill of the session, I did not give these guys enough HP then, obviously. Emily, what does that look like on with that great axe and short stature?
Here I am, like, I run up, and as I'm running, you just see this trench coat. It's so long. It's just trailing behind me, and I'm like, you can see my great axe, and my sleeve is just bunched up like crazy, and so I'm just running and trying not to trip on my trench coat. And as I get closer, I go to hit him, and I chop his head off, and I go, "You were an eyesore on my audit report." Goodbye.
Okay then.
It was a permanent downsizing.
A permanent down. Yeah, no pun intended. You just made him 7 inches shorter without a head.
I'll push your head.
Hey, D'Artagnan, don't lose your head. Okay, so that's first goblin gone. I was not expecting that.
And then I go and I hide behind Valkor's leg.
You already used your 30 feet of movement.
I used all 30 of it? I can't just scoot over and hide behind Valkor's leg?
I will give you this movement.
I mean, it's okay if I did.
I will give you this movement.
Valkor's legs will save me.
Fabian, it is your...
Okay, so we got 2 more goblins up there.
Yep, you have one with what looks like to be a short sword, and one over here with a bow.
Okay, I'm gonna move like to the left, maybe about Just so I can get clear of Valcor and Dave, so I can maybe get a shot at this gnome with a bow.
So you're thinking right about here?
Maybe a little bit further. Yeah, that's good. And I'm going to attempt to hit the one with the bow with my bow.
Okay, fire in the hole.
Oops. My actions, okay. And that is a 19.
Dang.
That hits.
All right. For 6 damage.
Okay.
Should be 6. Yeah. And let's see here. Now this is new. It says savage attacker from soldier background. Once per turn, when you hit a target with a weapon, you can roll the weapon's damage twice and use either roll against the target.
Oh. So once per turn, if you roll... That must be in the new 2024 rulebook. Okay, let's take a...
Yeah. I mean, it's fine if we're using the 2014. I didn't know.
Yeah, no, I'm totally game for...
Which one? I am not that experienced with 2024 because I just got it, so...
Yeah, I'm not either. So, let's take a quick peek at it. So you said savage attacker.
Totally fine if you want to use 2014.
So that's a feat.
Yeah, it's a feat tied to my class. I'm also, just so you know, not real familiar with all the new weapon rules.
You can roll the weapons damage twice, and okay, so it's literally you roll the weapons damage twice, and you can use whichever one's higher. So
okay.
Like if for instance if it's a 1d8 and you roll the 6 and you're like I want to roll again, maybe I can get the 8, then you could roll. It's not like I know some of them where you have to do one. Oh, if you re-roll it, you have to take the second one. It looks like this one's. You can roll it twice to take the better of the two, or the one that you like most.
Okay.
That's the way I read it, and that's the way I understand it.
Okay, that one was last, so it's 6.
Okay. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. And Lashira?
So I just noticed my weapon kit was wrong. Like, the beginner kit gave me a longbow, and I'm supposed to have a short bow.
Oh, just change out then.
Okay, I didn't know if I was okay doing that, switching deleting the longbow.
Yeah, and like I said, this is session 1 where it's the first encounter. I wasn't actually even expecting an encounter, so I actually pulled this from another board that I've run it on.
Okay, so I'm switching to that.
That's the reason why I stopped the video, Ninja.
There, I got the basic short bow on there now, but I don't know how to. Give me a second. I was going to move diagonally until I have a clear shot of the one with the bow.
Okay, and you have what, 30 feet of movement, you said?
Yeah, I get 30.
So just
I can even go in trees.
So I've got in Video Ninja that one web URL.
Yeah.
You see that this whole circle, this is everything that you can move inside of, okay?
Alright, can I get halfway between Valcor and Fabian? That diagonal right there?
Right here?
Yeah, because then I can have a shot.
Yeah, absolutely you can.
Let me see if I can show my equipment. 1 second. I have to click on it so it's actually showing me because I don't know my multiplier with it.
It's fine.
There it goes. Okay, my range of that is 80. Yep. Would that be far enough to hit that one with the bow?
So, absolutely. So, a tile is 5 feet, so this is 9 tiles. You're looking at 45 feet. Okay.
So I do the hit one and then I do the damage one because it's I don't.
Yep. So you roll the hit, and then if I say yep that hits, then you'd roll damage. Okay.
All right. So that's a D20. So 23.
Wow, that hits. And you're aiming for the one with the bow.
Yes.
So, yep, then you'd roll your damage.
All right, D6.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it hits, but I only get a 4.
Hey, that 4 points of damage is still 4 points of damage.
Yeah.
Okay. That brings us to the bow guy. And seeing that now there's 2 ranged attackers that are going towards him, he is going to roll to hit Lashira. Let's see here.
What do I roll for dodge? Because I have
Nothing.
high dex.
So with on your character sheet, you see that thing that says armor class?
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll, and I'm going to say, does this hit? If I hit the same number as your armor class, or I exceed it, then it hits. If I roll less, then it doesn't, okay?
Okay.
So I roll the 5. I'm guess unless
that pings
you're
off me and I laugh at them so hard.
that doesn't even hit you. Like, you see the arrow flying by you, like easily a foot and a half away, and you can literally just look at it and go, huh, okay, whatever. Dual wields dead. Yeah, that's okay. The one with the sword, let's see here. He definitely knows that he can get up to this tall giant. He runs up to Valcor, looks up, and you just hear him screaming goblin. Just it's all you hear. And he takes his itty bitty little short sword and goes to roll and hit.
Mm-hmm.
An 8. Well, that dice is going to jail.
Oh, we like this dice.
I'm rolling. Let me go over to the case quickly. Let's try this dice. Okay, Valcor's up, followed by Dave, and then Fabian.
Oh, okay. So I'm going to try again to swing my great axe. Says
Okay.
he's right up on me, isn't he?
He is right up on you. He's at your feet. What's up?
There was a thingy. When I hit someone with my short bow and I deal damage, I have advantage on a next attack roll against the creature before the end of the next turn.
Okay.
What does that mean?
So that means when you go to attack him again, you roll your d20 twice, and you take the higher of the 2 rolls.
Ah, okay.
That's what advantage is. Disadvantage is the other way around. You roll 2, and then you take the lower of the 2. And if you're the DM, you're always at disadvantage because your dice typically stink.
Yay!
Oh.
Right, Bogart?
Yeah, sometimes.
Okay, so Valcor, it is your turn. You said you're taking your great axe to this this goblin, this ankle biter of a goblin.
Yes.
Okay, roll the hit.
Oh, yay. I got an 8.
That does not hit at all.
Yeah.
That is fun. Dave, are you going to redeem your barbarian friend?
I would like to use my tactical shins.
Your tactical shins?
Yeah. My shins are very tactical.
Okay.
So, you know what? We'll save the shins for later. I'll pull up my great axe.
Okay.
We'll go to hit. I got. Whoop, should have stuck with the shins. 10.
You miss as well.
Should have used the shins.
Should have used the shins. Okay, so I moved you forward like 5 feet. Do you want to take your 5 feet movement and hide behind, or do you want to continue? If you flank, if you sit where you're at, you're going to be flanking, which means that anyone attacking this goblin is going to have advantage because he's surrounded on 2 sides. If you go back behind Valcor, that goes away. And if you go behind him, technically, I think you'd have an opportunity to attack against you.
I'll just stay.
Okay, Fabian, then Lashira.
Okay. What are we? All right,
So
I'm gonna yell out to the goblins, like, it does not have to be this way. Do you yield?
Do you speak Goblin?
Let's see. Where are my languages? No. So I say that in Orc.
An orc. The goblin of the bow just looks at you and goes.
In that case, I will. I'll attack again. The one with the bow.
Okay, roll the hit.
That is 17 plus 4, 21.
That does hit.
For 6 points of damage.
Okay. As that bow lands in, center of his chest, you just see it knock the wind out of him and knock him right on his back. That final twitch of life just is all that you see as this one just dies. You see that final just breath. Okay, so let's knock this guy out. And any other bonus action, reaction, movement that you want to take?
I'll just move maybe into melee range for this other goblin, just in case, like right behind him.
Okay, so like right over here.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, Lashira, it is your turn. You've got one enemy left ahead of you. Your teammates are completely surrounded it.
It looks like I still have a good shot to just shoot the dang thing, don't I? Because they're off.
With the way that Fabian did, yes. Just know if you're taking a bow from this short, it's at disadvantage because it's so close.
Okay. I don't know how far my whip hits. It doesn't give me a distance for whips.
Let me take a. And again, I'm sure if someone that's played longer than me corrects me, I don't. That's fine. I want to take a look at if you have your whip equipped. It should tell you a range.
I don't.
Dang, where's Taylor?
I have it equipped, but it doesn't.
Where's Taylor when I need her? She would know this off the top of her head. It's a martial reach slow. It's a 10-foot reach. So if you're looking at your actions and you have all where it has the attack where it's a short bow, whip, unarmed strike, cat's claw, right next to the whip it says 10 foot. That's the range that you can hit someone with a whip.
Oh, I don't. Okay, maybe that's on the actual page. You said it's under. Yeah. Oh, I see it. It just didn't print out on my printout copy. Like I have both of them up right now. Okay, I'm gonna do the digital version.
The digital version is so nice because you can click on each thing and it'll expand it out. It's a fantastic tool. If you have an iPad, like when I'm playing, I'll actually keep my character sheet up on my iPad so that way I can click on things. Otherwise, you've seen my home office. I've got monitors out to wazoo. But for your whip to work, you're about 13 feet away, so you do need to move a little bit closer.
Can I move about 6 foot in, about halfway there, maybe? Or no, I need to move a little closer. I want to be about 6 feet from them, basically.
Okay. Well, here where I've got you is about 10 feet away from him. Otherwise, so right now you're roughly about 7.5 feet away.
Okay. Because does my one action thing work if I change weapons? Though it doesn't say.
I give it as a free action. So if you, when you start getting proficient with things, you start learning how to quickly change things out. So I know more. If more experienced groups, they'll use it as an action to change weapons. I'm not going to be about that. I'm just to say you don't use it as a free action. That way we can have some fun. We can keep the encounter moving. Okay?
Yeah, it doesn't give me an action to switch to whip. It only gives me an action to do both. So I'm going to do my 2 rolls and do whatever's higher.
Okay.
Okay, not that one. Okay, so I got a I think a whip's a 5. I got 15.
Okay, that hits. So go ahead and roll your damage.
Okay, that's a 4. And it
Okay.
also causes a slowing ability where it reduces their speed by 10 foot until my next
And
turn.
is the 4 with whips are what, 1d4 plus 3? Is that including adding that 3 to it, or is it a total of 4?
It says 1d4 plus 3, and I got a 1.
Okay, so I'm just making sure. So, okay.
But he lost some speed. He can't move like a certain distance.
Okay, good to know. That actually brings us up to him. With him being surrounded on 3 different sides, he is going to, and that puts him at disadvantage. He's going to try rolling one more time at the Frost Giant. He's going to fail completely. Velcor, I rolled a 3 plus 2, so 5.
Ooh. Okay. Let me try one more time with this great axe, and then it's going. Oh, come on, work. There it goes. Oh, finally, I got a 17.
That hits.
Nice.
Yay. And then, oh, I got 15 on that damage.
So Shelby,
Crushing defeat.
being that I don't think you got to do this last time. As you hit this guy with this goblin with that great axe, what does it look like as you take him down?
So with me missing all the other times, I guess I finally crouch down, thinking that it's because they're too close to the ground, and just take my axe and just kind of straight down onto the top of his head, as hard as I can while cackling. Finally.
That is
Nice.
fantastic. With that final goblin goes down. You guys survey the land. You don't see anything coming through. The only thing that you see is that little lean-to of a tent and a small fire going.
We should scavenge and see if there's anything they have.
Crazy tiny men.
Hey, thank you for that, Rory. I appreciate that. So, with the 3 fallen goblins, what do you guys wish to do as we finalize the last few minutes of our stream?
I guess move over to their camp and kind of see what they were so hell-bent on trying to kill me for.
Just
I'm
so
gonna-
you,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
so just so you're aware, Shelby, with frost giants, they are typically a very violent, very territorial species that usually only see 1 or 2 at a time, and when they move into an area, they try to take everything out. And typically goblins and giants, because of the extreme size difference, are typically feuding because David versus Goliath, literally. So that's part of the reason why frost giants are typically generally hated. They're some of the tallest ones out there.
Fair.
So
Okay.
that's something that I wanted to share. So, but as you walk over to the campground site, the only thing that you see over there is you see some. It looks like they're trying to cook some rat or some rabbit or something that doesn't look very appealing.
Weed rat rotisserie style.
Can I see if they had any coin on them?
Absolutely. So, which goblin do you want to look at? The one that was dual wielding the daggers, the one with the short sword, or the one with the bows?
All of them.
Okay, so the dual wielding dagger had on 3 silver and 2 copper. The one with the short sword that Valcor took out had 5 copper and 1 silver. And the bow that was furthest away had on 6 copper and 2 silver.
Okay, I'm gonna kind of get it all together and call out to the group and say, look, this is what they had on them. Partake if you wish.
That's a total of 6 silver and 13 copper.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Is there anything else that you guys wish to do?
I'd like to drag the bodies like under the bushes.
Okay, and you're able to do so very easily. As you're dragging them, the weapons are pretty much free on the ground at this point. They, as you die, your body tends to lose that hand motion. So there's still, a couple daggers on the ground. There's still a short sword on the ground and a short bow.
I have an idea of what to do with the money. What if we kept it as a community fund thing? Like keep it all in one group, and through the travels when there's like looting like this from like raids and stuff, we put it in the one pile, and when we get back we divvy it up evenly rather than trying to piecemeal it, because right now we can't get an even amount off of the total, and I'm pretty sure we're going to hit something else that's going to have money again, or we're going to get another bargain thing like the one store, and we can use that as the like group funds. What do you guys think?
That'll work.
Yeah, we can put it in party inventory.
Okay. Well, I will let you guys keep track of that. With that, let's go ahead and end up the stream. It's 6 o'clock. I believe we got a couple of people that we're gonna raid into. I believe Lord Gazumbo may be live, and then what we're gonna do is starting next session. At probably about 5 or 10 minutes left of the session, we'll wind everything down, and I'm gonna do what's called Stars and Wishes. It's something that Rory did on Fall of Red Dawn, where we go around and say, hey, who's the star of the session? What are some wishes you have going forward? It's just a way to, build up each other and call each other out, and also say, hey, you did this really, really well. Okay? Not going to do that today just because with session 0, session 1, whatever we want to call this, it usually starts out a little bit slower because, hey, we're trying to get our bearings of where we're at, we're trying to get gear, and we're going to, kind of get to know each other. Okay? So with that, we will be meeting again in 2 weeks on January 25th, 3 p.m. Central. For those that want to be able to watch Rory live on Wednesdays with his Homebrew World, we will be live every Wednesday at 5 p.m. And I do see a one-shot live for a couple of communities. Let's see, is there any... I'm gonna raid into let's find a little guy. Let's see, we're back. There's the dragons, and I'm not really seeing any. Here's a little guy. Let's raid into this little guy. We're gonna raid into a group called Tales Archived. I haven't seen their stream before, but as another small community, they've only got 14 viewers, and let's support other local people. We look forward to seeing you guys in 2 weeks for Dragon of Icespire Peak. Otherwise, Wednesdays at 5 p.m., Rory will be live with Age of Ash and Scale. We hope that you have a good rest of your day, and may you be rolling nat 20s. Okay, and I'm going to let that guy right into it. And let's go ahead and raid now. I will end this stream.
Regardless of how